Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed.
I do not know where to start with this dumbness. So, guys, I saw the lawsuit online, and I go, no way. So, of course, diving in a little deeper into this, and there's no deeper diving. I'm sorry. She's fat. That is one fat-ass lady. Now, I understand if it's a medical condition, but she's not a medical condition. She's just straight up and down lazy. To get that fat, guys, you have to, like, eat and do nothing. You have to eat and just lay there and let the food fatten to your fatness and get you fatter. Because I don't understand how anybody gets that fat. I really don't. I tie my shoes sometimes, and I'm like, oh, time to lose the stomach. And then I go on like a short diet, or I just eat less. That's it, and I get a little more active. This chick did not. Let me get back on track. So this big-ass chick is looking, her name is, I can't pronounce her first name, but let's call her Miss Blanding. That's her last name. And she's a rapper. Now, I saw her about a year ago for the first time rapping out of the back of a SUV. And she's like, you know, she's trying to like rap. And I'm like, you can't even move. Forget it. But as she's rapping, she's sweating. And she's sweating and Skittles are pouring down her face. And she's breathing all hard like, and I'm like, God, that's disgusting. That's gross. And then there's a fucking dog in between her leg. Like she's trying to hold this pit bull. But this pit bull smells pork. He's like, and the pit bull turns around and starts sniffing all over her crotch. Disgusting video, don't watch it. But she's rapping, so you can't ignore the dog doing what it's doing. But I'm sitting here listening to this girl complain about how an Uber driver told her no, that he can't pick her up because she's too big. Now the Uber driver, I thought was driving some piece of shit car. It was a Mercedes-Benz. So I got that, and he said that she couldn't fit in the back seat. Now again, she's a big girl, but that's not what he was really worried about. He was really worried about her damaging something underneath, because as she gets into the car, that car's already low to the ground as it is. She's going to drop it down even more and then make it one-sided on top of that. So the car will be driving like this on two wheels. Legitimately, right? So anyway, she puts in this lawsuit to sue Lyft because the Lyft driver turned around and told her, no, I can't pick you up because you're too big, you can't fit. Now, she has this whole interaction on her Instagram page. If you want to go over there and look at that. Here's the rub, guys. The lawsuit, Lyft is probably going to settle. I hope they don't. I hope they grow a pair of balls and fight it. Because this, if she had a medical condition, then you could sit there and go, all right, well, she has a medical condition. We can't deny that. So we'll offer her something and let her go away. That is not the case. The case right now is that they're not offering anything as of now, and she's going to sue them. And I think it's for a few $1 million. Because you're fat, because you decided to fucking eat eggs, bacon, cheese, and everything in your fridge every day the fucking week and do nothing, because you decided to sweat Skittles and fucking Snickers bars, that's okay. We have to pay for your bullshit. And yes, here's the rub with Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, anybody that does rideshare work. Those companies do not pay for any damages to your vehicle. Accidents or not. That's why you have insurance. This lady, how do you explain to the insurance company that the bottom of your car is scraping along the ground because you had fucking Jabba the Hutt in the back seat and she was scraping your shit across the ground? Insurance company is going to be like, how do we take this claim? You can't take a claim for a fat chick being in your car and fucking up your struts, your shocks, and your tires, because the driver brought that up in the video. He said, well, the video she posted, he goes, you're going to mess up my tires. She goes, what do the tires have to do with me? She don't understand that tires do have weight regulations on them as well. So she could have gotten in his car and popped his tires. Probably not likely, but he didn't want his car damaged. And as an Uber driver, you can't turn around and tell people no, because it is your personal vehicle still. Now, if it was Uber or Lyft's vehicle, have at it. Have all the fat bitches come in the car. I don't care. But if it's my car, knowing that they don't pay for any damages, they don't pay for any repairs, I get to call the shots. Now, I have a Tahoe. Could have I taken this chick in the car? Yes. If you have a car, first of all, I don't even know how she gets in the car. I'm 260 pounds. Getting in and out of a car is hard for me. My knees fucking scream at me every time I go in and out. I don't know how she does it. It's not the point. The point is, fat people are starting to make this alarming discussion, complaining about how we don't cater to them. Uber should be catering, or Uber drivers should be catering to this fat bitch. I saw a chick complaining about the word skinny in food products, on food products, right? Like the skinny, what was it called? A skinny drink or some shit like that, a margarita, whatever it is, that skinny bitch from one of the Housewives clubs made. She's like, oh, that's fat phobic. Anything with skinny in it is fat phobic. I was like, wait, what? So, this chick is going to sue Lyft. And you saw the media coverage on it, and if you haven't, you should look it up. It's quite entertaining. This bitch is big. In fact, she's walking down the hallway with this interviewer here, reporter. These two look like a number 10 walking together. One chick is extremely skinny, and the other chick is round. That's crazy. But, again, I don't want a chick that big in my car. If I had a Mercedes or anything low to the ground, I don't want you in my car. I don't want you oozing in or out of my car. Because she is built like an amoeba. She just doesn't have she's not shaped. She's all over the place. And when she walks, she doesn't have a form. I've never seen that before. I've never seen anybody have a form like that before. Just oozing around and walking like an amoeba. I'm pretty sure she could have morphed into his car and then oozed out of it. But I don't want anybody oozing out of my fucking car. I don't. So I get the Uber driver's argument. But the simple fact, guys, that people are starting to put in lawsuits for this shit. Like the big bitch that put in a lawsuit for airplanes because they wanted to charge her double seat because she couldn't fit in one. Absolutely. If your ass cheek can't fit in, if it takes two ass cheeks to put in two seats, you pay for two seats. It's that simple. If you have a medical condition and you can prove it, then so be it. But if you don't, and the percentage of people that have a medical condition, at least them super fat, is like under 1%. So all of these fat fucks out here talking about, I got a medical condition. Yeah, it's called you can't stop eating, right? You look at food and you fucking inhale it as soon as you see it. That's not a medical condition. That's called self-control. That's all it comes down to. A lot of the fat people are, and listen, I ain't no skinny dude. I'm not sitting here trying to act like I'm fucking Mr. Super Fit, but I ain't that. I'm not oozing in and out of people's cars, that's for goddamn sure. And get this, she's suing for stress, mental anguish, lawyer fees, and damages. Damages to what? The damages that she was going to cause was to this man's car if she would have got into it. Stress and mental anguish? That's on you, you fat fuck. No one told you to become fucking bigger than a house. I'm like, seriously, she's a fucking walking amoeba and she's fucking sitting here talking about mental anguish and stress. Bitch, your body and your heart is stressed out every day. You gonna blame it on this Uber driver? The fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.